First of all, I want to thank Coach Munson and Long Beach State. They played last night. Actually, they were supposed to play today. Their game last night was contracted for today before I got a hold of them. And they moved, actually. They moved their Westcliff game from today to last night, played us back-to-back, which gets them a return date here next year for sure. So really appreciate what they did. We were desperate to get out on the court, mentally and physically. You gotta start playing games to find a rhythm, especially Cody Riley, his first game of the year. You can only simulate so much in practice. I know you're gonna ask about Jaime. He turned his ankle. Hopefully it's not that bad, you know. So he can walk, so that's a start. So that being said, it's good to be back out there. It's going to take us some time to find a rhythm again. It's really crazy. I mean, so I haven't seen you guys in a month. It's like we're starting the season over again. I mean, literally, it's like a new season. So Long Beach played great in the second half. I thought they made a lot of hard shots. We didn't get back on D a few times, but they got fast guys, and I thought Jaden Jones played great in the second half. It was probably, at the time I wasn't happy with it, but they made some guarded shots, and it was good. It made us keep playing the whole 40 minutes, which we needed. Like I didn't think we'd had any chance Saturday if we wouldn't have played today. I mean, I was convinced we were in deep trouble. To try to go play Cal, who's really playing well on the road without a game in a month, we would have been really up against it. So other than Jaime's injury, things really went well for us tonight in a lot of ways. So it was good to get back out here.
Joel seems to be, everybody who's watched UCLA knows how good he is, but maybe quietly on the national stage having a really good season.
Well, look, in the national stage, you got to keep winning, right? We got time for that. You keep winning, and the more you win, the more people put their eyes on you. But like I've told you guys all year, you were with me at a media day, right? And somebody finally asked me a question about Jules, because I had Johnny and Jaime were there. That's who the Pac-12 wanted, and I was elated. You can't ask me enough questions about Jules, because he deserves to get a lot of publicity for two reasons. One, he is a really good player. He's a very good player. One of the best wing players in America. And secondly, he's everything that this is supposed to all be about. Guy that's here 4 years and got better every year, stuck it out through a coaching change. He's played for obviously Steve, Murray, and me. And he's just a great kid with a great attitude. He's made a lot of changes to his game. He gets so much more done now with less dribbling. He's really worked on his shooting, his toughness, his efficiency. His assist to turnover ratio is the turnaround of a lifetime, statistically, when you look at, freshman year to now. But he's a great guy, so, just so happy for him. But he's gonna have a career playing basketball. He will play beyond UCLA. He reminds me of a little bit of, he's a better shooter, but like a big wing like Josh Hart that played at Villanova, who's been in the NBA a long time. I think that, Jules, because he's 6'6", and he can make an open shot, he can defend, he's a tough guy. I think he'll survive. I think he'll have a career in the NBA.
Coach, the 3 games before this, the defense seemed to be improving. And obviously you had a 3-week break. What can you say about how they've continued their defensive effort, and just basically overall, what your thoughts on their defense tonight? Well,
that was our focus. We were great early. I think as fatigue got us some, and as Long Beach settled down, their kids made a few shots. We had some breakdowns in the second half. So second half, I wasn't happy at all with our defense. But that is our focus. I think what I try to tell the guys is you got to write down who you want to be as a person. In our case, who we want to be as a team. So, if you want to win a title, whether it's a Pac-12 title, national title, and then you got to work back. what's going to have to happen for us to do that. Just that way you can be realistic with yourself. You know, I wanted to coach the best players and live longer and be healthier. So I knew I needed to get to LA. Now you got to work backwards, you know. So like if you're going to be a great team, great teams play defense. They play with great togetherness. They have poise and leadership. Like Jill, you have to, if you want to be a great team, you got to write down all the characteristics of a great team. So you're not going to be a great team without those characteristics. And you know, great organizations know that. Kids choose to play in those types of organizations because they want to win. But you don't win because of talent alone.
Hi, Coach.
Hello.
You've talked about a lot about your appreciation for the fans,
Yeah.
especially this season. But obviously, things can change fast, and they can be gone just like that. So I'm wondering, does that almost give you like a new perspective on that sentiment that you've had before?
Oh, well, it's just, look, it's for me, the students have been awesome since I've been here. And the fans have been great to me. It's been a great time in my life. You know, as we turned it around our first year, you know, the people here have been awesome to me. So, you know, I love walking out there with the fans. And the students have been great. So it's all part of the college experience. So it's just, you know, can't bring them back fast enough for me.
Jules and Johnny, last time against Long Beach State, scored 47. Tonight they scored 40, just between the two of them. Is there something specific about how their play styles go together that makes the two of them so successful as a duo?
Well, they can shoot, you know, and but they're not just shooters. They both are very effective with their pull-up shot. So that you can't be a consistent scorer if you only score one way. You know, they squat. You know, Johnny's got. I wish both of them. Like Jules got to the line 7 times tonight. He missed 3, but you know, that's where I was up. Both of them. They had to combine miss 5 free throws, which isn't going to cut it for us in big games. But they're neither one of them are relying upon one thing. That's why they're able to score consistently, and that's been a growth in both of their games. You know, as Johnny came to us, I talked to him a lot about being more of a scorer. But they got a great point guard who had 10 assists and no turnovers. That helps.
2 things, if I could. You talked about Cody a little bit, but just more thoughts on him. And then, Cal, I think they've won like 9 games at home in a row or something.
Yeah, Cal got off to a slow start, had some injuries early, practice interruptions. Mark's a good friend of mine. They're playing really well. I mean, Arizona State's talented, and they and well coached. Bobby knows what he's doing, and Cal dismantled them the other day by 26. I mean, I was sitting there watching it thinking, oh man, we're playing Cal at a rough time, both us and SC. They're veteran, they're a team with 8 or 9 guys back, so they don't have a bunch of transfers, and like Oregon's trying to piece it together on the fly and get better. Cal, Mark's been there. I think this is his 3rd year as well. He's built each year. Kelly's a really good player. And I think, Foreman's back, Antisevich. I mean, they got a lot of guys. So I think when you watch them, they look much more comfortable in their identity of who they are. They don't give up easy baskets, and they don't take bad shots, and they really work the shot clock. And that can be frustrating for a team, because they'll run 3 things, then they'll run a 4th thing. They're going to exhaust the whole clock. They'll shoot it, but if they're not getting a layup or a basket, they'll exhaust the whole clock on you. So they, and they're comfortable in their formula for success. So I got nothing but respect for how they're playing right now. So that's why I said we had to get a game before we went to play them. Cody, it's just going to be a matter of he's got to get his legs back. I mean, it's just, he had a lot of good flashes, but, he was huffing and puffing at times. It's just a matter of, it's going to take him some time. Got it, guys. Thank you.